it's time once again for yet another episode of Chicken Tuesday. Let's go. Well, folks, today we find ourselves inside the chicken coop, and we're kind of disrupting the chicken life here just a little bit here. She's squawking, wondering, what the heck am I doing in here? But we wanted to talk today about the chicken coop itself, the domicile, the place where the birds find refuge and where they find food and protection, because there's some, wildlife that would really like to get a hold of them, such as hawks, foxes, and even things like rats and rabbits will get inside of here because they want to eat the food, and they'll disrupt the chickens. And if the chickens aren't happy, we don't get eggs. So we want to keep them nice and happy. We've had a couple of different chicken coops over the years. We've chosen the Urban Coop Company as our latest option for chicken coops because, well, as you can see, I can stand up in this one. The previous one that we had, and I'll put links below so you can see these. Oh, by the way, nobody is sponsoring me. I didn't get paid to do this. We don't even have an affiliate link to any of this. We just thought this would be valuable information for those of you that may be interested in chickens and raising your own chickens and some of our experiences with it. But I'll put links down below so you can kind of do some exploration on your own to figure out what kind of chicken coop you would like to use if you'd like to start raising chickens. But anyway, this one's a stand-up version, and we optioned for it. The previous one that we had was not a stand-up one, so my recommendation is get a stand-up one. Now, this one was a little bit pricier than the previous one. This one cost about $2,000. It was a kit that came all ready to go, and all we had to do is assemble it. And as a matter of fact, I'll roll in some footage and a link down below where you can see us actually building the thing. Yes, you need to be quiet down there. You're kind of noisy. She doesn't like us in here. She's wondering why we're here, not feeding her and letting her out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to let the birds roam around outside, and then we're going to come back and take a closer look at this coop here, okay? Okay, the birds are outside. They're foraging around for bugs and shoots and things like that. Hopefully they're not getting in the flower garden, because Shootin' Gal would not be very happy about that. But as you can see, the Urban Coop Company has a coop that's pretty tall. It's over 6 foot tall at the peak here, and the footprint is roughly 5 by 6, which is just enough room for, they say, to up to 6 chickens. Let me show you some of the compartments that we have here. Okay, as we walk in, there's a door that allows you to open it up and see where they are perching, and where they can go into the top floor of the brood box and even the bottom floor of the brood box inside of there. And after we get this closed up, these compartments, this is the top floor, and then this is the bottom floor. Oh, and there's an egg in there. Somebody laid an egg, so we're gonna get that out in just a little bit. I'll show you how we do that. Up here, there's some storage area. That's where we keep the lamp for the extremely cold weather. It did get down in the teens this year, so we were very fortunate to have that. Hey, there's our Diatomaceous earth food grade. Check out the previous video where we talked about what we feed our chickens. That's some of what we feed them. Anyway, there's a nice storage capability up here. And I think probably one of the best things about this coop versus the other coop that we had at the previous house was we can stand up. Man, I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than having to stoop down and clean things out.
41 inches tall.
There's a little chicken out right there, and I'll show you that on the outside in a minute. This is the bottom floor again. That's where they're able to perch. Ooh, they got some poop. I got to clean that up. You can see we throw some diatomaceous earth all around here to try to keep the bacteria and the insects away, because that's we had one question about how do we deal with Salmonella, and the short answer is don't eat the poop, but also make sure you put diatomaceous earth out. Oh, hey there. How's it going? Oh, it's going up there. She's going to go sit on her egg, I'm pretty sure. Diatomaceous earth, yeah, it helps control the bacteria and things that cause salmonella, and if the birds are ingesting diatomaceous earth, which they will, it helps control all that. I'm going to tell you something about eggs in just a minute after we talk about the domicile. But anyway, this is a door that I had to make, and many of you saw me adjusting this door a couple of episodes ago because we lost one of the chickens, unfortunately, because she broke her neck on this right here, which wasn't good. But I put in a door so they can get out into the chicken run. This was not originally here. I put this in myself. This was the chicken door to let them out, but it didn't serve our purpose because we didn't want the yard on that side. We wanted the yard on this side. All right. There's a watering capability here, so when they do that. Hello. I think I'm bothering her. I'm going to go outside. I don't want to bother her. This right here is the watering container. Just pour water in there and it goes into those little watering things I was just showing you on the inside. There's the water pipe in there. Here's the food thing. This is how you get at the food. Right there. Lift this baby up. As you can see, we got food in there. It goes all the way down. We can get at the eggs from over here. You've seen me do this a lot. Oh, see, she's leave her be. I think she's trying to figure that all out. And then on this side, we keep it locked so that raccoons don't find their way to open this up. But maybe I will open it for a moment. That's the original door that allows the chickens in and out, but we rarely use this. We use the new one that I made so they can go into the chicken run over here. Alright, so you may be wondering why we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner up here. Well, if you've been watching the channel for any length of time, I did explain it back a while ago. But just to make a long story short, our previous chickens back when we were living in California, we nicknamed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had 3 chickens, and so in honor of those birds, we named this domicile breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where the other birds are now living. Okay, I'm moving in because it's getting pretty windy out there and I think the audio is going to get kind of messed up. But a little bit more about salmonella and how do you prevent it? Well, there's a natural preventative in the egg itself. There's a membrane that keeps the bacteria from penetrating into the actual part that you eat. Now, the very safest thing to do is, oh, by the way, salmonella is carried inside the intestines of chickens from time to time. So diet, that's why I mentioned before, diatomaceous earth and a good diet helps prevent salmonella from growing inside the chickens. And oftentimes what might happen is if they have a little bit of that bacteria and they lay an egg, some of their poop might get on the egg. Here's what we recommend. I recommend not washing the eggs. Now, this egg has not been washed. It came right out of the bird. It's very clean. We keep our birds very clean. We keep their backsides where the vent, that's what it's called, where the egg pops out. We keep that whole area nice and clean as best as we possibly can. The birds themselves, they do preen themselves and they do clean themselves, so they do a pretty good job of doing that all on their own. But because of that special membrane that's on this egg, just as it is, if there's a little bit of poop on there, it won't bother. It won't get to the meat. So we would just take the egg. This one, again, is very clean. I don't have any that have a whole lot of poop on it to show you, to be honest with you. But because it's nice and clean, I won't wash it. We don't wash our eggs until we are just ready to, if they have poop on it, just ready to crack the egg and throw it in the frying pan or whatever, the baking or whatever. So don't wash your eggs, because what can happen is you're going to you're going to wash off the layer of protection that's on the outside of the egg that keeps the salmonella from actually penetrating the egg naturally. So don't wash it. Keep everything intact, because actually if you try to go wash it, you may actually be cleaning off that membrane and help to force salmonella and bacteria into the egg. Also, make sure you cook the eggs. Don't eat the eggs raw. Cook them. Cook it very good. Make sure that you get it up to temperature, and then you won't have the problems of salmonella. There you go. So again, food and diet for the birds, make sure they're healthy, make sure their water is clean, make sure they get some diatomaceous earth, which helps keep all that bacteria problem very much under control. Don't wash the egg afterwards, because there's a protective membrane around the egg that keeps salmonella from getting into the egg. Only clean it if there's poop on it that's obvious, just before you're ready to eat it. That's basically it. That's how you take care of salmonella. At least that's how we've been doing it. If there's some of you that have some more experience with how you take care of salmonella issues, leave a comment down below. Help us all out. Figure out how do we keep the bacteria at bay. All right, that's all we got for you today. Thanks for joining us. For the remainder of the time, we're just going to look at the chickens. And we got another episode coming up next week, so make sure you stay tuned. If you have questions, leave them down below. We'd love getting those questions. We do have a few of them, so every episode we're going to try to get through as a question per episode. How's that? All right. Take care of yourself. Here are the chickens. Okay, folks, if you like Chicken Tuesday and you like to see the chickens and you like to learn more about chickens, leave a comment down below. It takes a lot of work to put these things together, but I enjoy doing them if I know you enjoy watching them. So let me know, okay? And I'll continue on with Chicken Tuesday. Share this video with friends of yours, please, as many as you possibly can. Let them know about Chicken Tuesday too, and have them comment on whether or not we should continue on with it, okay? Share it. Do it on Facebook and Twitter, or anything else you can do that you can share would be of great appreciation. Don't forget to press that like button on this video, okay? Do that for me. All right, thank you.